Welcome to our channel, where we explore the mysteries of history and try to find out the truth behind some of the most baffling events. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most intriguing mysteries of all time, the lost colony of Roanoke. The Roanoke colony was an attempt by Sir Walter Raleigh, a famous English explorer and courtier, to establish the first permanent English settlement in the New World. Raleigh had obtained a patent from Queen Elizabeth I in 1584 to colonize the land he named Virginia, in honor of the Virgin Queen. He sent several expeditions to explore the region and find a suitable location for a colony. The first group of colonists arrived in 1585 on Roanoke Island, a small island off the coast of present-day North Carolina. They were led by Ralph Lane, a military officer and explorer, who hoped to find gold, silver, and a passage to the Pacific Ocean. However, the colonists faced many difficulties, such as food shortages, harsh weather, and hostile relations with the native inhabitants. After a year of hardship and disappointment, they decided to abandon the colony and return to England with Sir Francis Drake, who happened to be sailing nearby. Sir Walter Raleigh sent a group of colonists to establish a permanent settlement on Roanoke Island in 1585. Sir Richard Grenville led the expedition, which included around 600 men and John White, who later became the governor. The colonists faced challenges such as food shortages, disease, and harsh weather, as well as conflicts with Grenville. Grenville left Roanoke in August 1585 to return to England for supplies, leaving behind 108 men under Ralph Lane. Lane's attempts to find gold, silver, and passage to the Pacific Ocean were unsuccessful, and he treated the natives with suspicion and cruelty. By June 1586, the colonists were starving and fearing a native attack. Grenville arrived 2 weeks later, but the colony was deserted. Sir Walter Raleigh sent a new group of colonists to establish a family-oriented settlement on Roanoke Island after the failure of the first colony. John White, an artist and mapmaker, was appointed as the governor due to his skills and good relations with native tribes. White sailed from England in May 1587 with 120 men, women, and children, including his daughter Eleanor and her husband Ananias Dare. They arrived in July 1587 and found the fort and houses built by the previous colonists in ruins. They also learned that 15 men left behind by Grenville had been killed by the natives. Despite these setbacks, White decided to stay on Roanoke Island and rebuild the colony. His main task was to ensure the safety and welfare of the colonists, maintaining friendly contacts with the Crotons and restoring peace with other native tribes. However, his efforts were unsuccessful, and he faced threats and skirmishes from the natives. White witnessed the birth of his granddaughter Virginia Dare, the first English child born in North America, as a symbol of hope and the colony's future. John White, a British colonist, left Roanoke Island in 1587 to return with supplies and reinforcements for his colony. However, the Anglo-Spanish War delayed his plans, and he waited in England for 3 years before securing passage on a privateering expedition that stopped at Roanoke on its way to the Caribbean. On August 18, 1590, White arrived at Roanoke Island, hoping to find his family and friends alive. Instead, he found a deserted and desolate settlement with a single word carved into a wooden post, Croton, and the letters CRO etched into a nearby tree. White was puzzled by the clues, as he remembered the name of a friendly Native American tribe and the name of their island. He also noticed that the colonists had not buried the chests and valuables he had left behind, suggesting they had left under duress. White wanted to investigate further and search for his colonists on Croton Island, but faced serious problems due to stormy weather and rough seas. The privateers who brought him to Roanoke were eager to continue their voyage and plunder Spanish ships and settlements, refusing to wait for White or help him. They also lost one of their anchors during a failed attempt to reach Croton Island, making them more impatient and anxious. White had no choice but to abandon his mission and return to England with the privateers, leaving Roanoke Island with a heavy heart. uncertain about the fate of his colony or if he would ever see them again. One of the most plausible explanations for the disappearance of the Roanoke colony is that the colonists may have relocated to Croton Island, which was the home of a friendly Native American tribe. This theory is based on the fact that John White found the word Croton carved on a wooden post at the abandoned colony site, and no signs of violence or struggle. Croton Island, now known as Hatteras Island, was about 50 miles south of Roanoke Island, and was accessible by boat. The colonists had established good relations with the Crotons, who were part of the larger Algonquian-speaking people. Some of the Crotons had even visited England with earlier expeditions and learned to speak English. It is possible that the colonists decided to join the Crotons after facing hardships such as food shortages, disease, and hostile attacks from other Native American groups. The Crotons could have offered them shelter, protection, and assistance in adapting to the new environment. The colonists may have also hoped to find a way to communicate with John White and inform him of their whereabouts. However, this theory has not been conclusively proven, and there are still many unanswered questions. For example, why did the colonists not leave behind any other clues or messages for White? Why did they not take any of their belongings or tools with them? And what happened to them after they reached Croton Island? Did they assimilate into the Croton culture, or did they face another fate? The mystery of the Roanoke colony has inspired many theories and speculations over the years. Some historians believe that the colonists were killed by hostile Native Americans, such as the Secotans or the Powhatans, who had a history of conflict with the English settlers. Others suggest that the colonists may have tried to sail back to England, but were lost at sea or captured by Spanish pirates. Some even propose that the colonists were victims of supernatural forces, such as witches, demons, or aliens. These theories are based on various sources of evidence, such as historical documents, oral traditions, and archaeological discoveries. However, none of them have been conclusively proven, and the fate of the Roanoke colony remains a mystery. Archaeologists have been searching for clues to the fate of the Roanoke colony for decades, and have made some intriguing discoveries that suggest the colonists may have survived and dispersed to different locations. One of the most significant findings was a map drawn by John White, the governor of the colony, that showed the location of Roanoke Island and other nearby places. The map, which is now in the British Museum, had a patch that concealed a symbol of a fort on the mainland. Using X-ray technology, researchers revealed the hidden symbol and identified a possible site for further exploration. Another important discovery was made on Hatteras Island, formerly known as Croton Island, where the colonists may have moved after leaving Roanoke. Archaeologists found various artifacts of European origin, such as a gold signet ring, a writing tablet, a sword hilt, and pottery fragments that dated back to the late 16th century. These items indicated that the colonists may have interacted or integrated with the Croton tribe that lived on the island. However, these archaeological discoveries are not conclusive, and there are still many gaps and uncertainties in the story of the Roanoke colony. More research and excavation are needed to uncover more evidence and solve the mystery once and for all. The Roanoke colony mystery has been partly illuminated by the historical documents and writings that were left behind by the colonists or by those who were involved in the expeditions. Some of the most important ones are the drawings and letters of John White, the governor of the colony and a skilled artist, who made detailed illustrations of the Native Americans, the plants, the animals, and the landscapes of the region, and who wrote several letters to Sir Walter Raleigh and others, describing the events and challenges of the colony. His drawings and letters are now preserved in the British Museum and provide valuable insights into the culture and environment of Roanoke. Another important document is the report of Thomas Harriot, a mathematician and scientist who accompanied White on the 1585 expedition, and who wrote a report titled A Brief and True Report of the Newfound Land of Virginia, which was published in 1588 with engravings based on White's drawings. Harriet's report gave a detailed account of the geography, natural resources, and inhabitants of Virginia, and was intended to promote colonization and trade. These historical documents are among the few primary sources that offer clues to the fate of the Roanoke colony. The Roanoke colony mystery has influenced literature, art, and popular culture over the years. The story of the lost colonists, especially the first English child born in America, Virginia Dare, has captured the imagination of many writers and artists, who have used it as a source of inspiration and speculation. For instance, Sally Southall Cotton wrote a narrative poem in 1901 that portrays Virginia Dare as a white doe who is killed by a hunter. Margaret Lawrence wrote a historical fiction novel in 2009 that follows the adventures of a spy sent by Sir Walter Raleigh to investigate the fate of the colony. And in 2016, a television series depicted a haunted house built on the site of the colony and the supernatural events that occurred there. These are just some of the many cultural works that have been created based on or related to the Roanoke colony. The Roanoke colony mystery is one of the oldest and most enduring unsolved mysteries in the history of the United States. Despite centuries of research, speculation, and exploration, no one has been able to conclusively determine what happened to the 115 English colonists who vanished from Roanoke Island around 1590. The mystery has fascinated generations of historians, archaeologists, writers, and ordinary people who have tried to solve the puzzle using various methods and sources of evidence. The mystery has also inspired numerous cultural works, such as books, movies, TV shows, and even video games that have offered different interpretations and scenarios of the colony's fate. The Roanoke colony mystery is a captivating example of how the past can remain elusive and mysterious, even in the age of modern technology and science. The mystery also raises important questions about the nature and consequences of colonization, the interactions and conflicts between different cultures, and the challenges and risks of exploration and discovery. The Roanoke colony mystery is a testament to the human curiosity and imagination that drives us to seek answers to the unknown. I hope you enjoyed this video about the mystery of the lost colony of Roanoke. We have explored the history and context of the colony, the initial settlement, John White's leadership, the disappearance of the colony, the Croton connection, the theories and speculations, the archaeological discoveries, the historical documents, and the cultural impact of this fascinating story. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos on unsolved mysteries. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.